Hello and welcome to
Fatima.
My name's Mark and this is
Foxy
Wharton. Today we are in one of the most religious sites in Portugal, if not the most religious site in Portugal, and we're going to show you around. It's called Fatima, central Portugal. But before we start, we thought we'd get our camper van blessed by the gods. I kid you not.
Why not?
They bless your car. Right, onwards and upwards.
Come on.
Let's show you the
Let's
religious
have a look.
site. See you in a moment.
See you in a bit.
Harry I did the DJ Toms, the perfect combination, no confusion. Yo, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Respect to the man singer.
Hello, welcome back. The story here in Fatima is simple, and it boils down to whether you believe in miracles or not. On the 13th of May, 1917, 3 shepherd children, very young, one was 9 I think and the others were 7, were looking after the family sheep in this field just outside Fatima, a small village. This, where I'm standing, to coin a phrase my grandmother always used, was on fields. So as they were sat talking, doing what kids did back then, looking after their sheep, they were visited by an apparition of Mary, Jesus' mum. Children described her as a bright light, brighter than the sun, shredding lights and rays of light, clearer and stronger than crystal goblet, filled with the most sparkling water and pierced by the burning rays of the sun. Did you get that? It was bright. The apparition told the children that she would return, and the children would see the Virgin Mother on the 13th of every month till October, and then she would reveal her identity to them. One of the children told her mother, who mocked her and told neighbours. Some of the people started to believe, and word soon spread. But every 13th, only the children could see Mary. It was Mary's final appearance on October the 13th, 1917, that became the most famous. An estimated 70,000 people massed here, waiting for a miracle as promised. Whilst Lucia, the eldest child, was talking to her, the apparition, Mary, lifted her hands to the sky and the sun danced and zigzagged. Or it did to some people, anyway. So this is Pope Pius the 12th. And in 1942, after this story had been bubbling away for ages and ages and ages, he declared it of special interest to the Catholic Church. And here begins our story and all the building work. I think that just the vast, what excites me about this place is the vast size of it and the spectacle. Do you know what I mean? I mean, look at that. I don't even know. Well, it's obviously Jesus on the cross and quite a modern version, but it's absolutely enormous. I'll have a walk around with you and show you.
I love the silence. Just the absolute religious fervour that, you know, I was looking at some of the people in there and they sat there in silent contemplation.
Yes.
It's lovely.
Is it? You know, we're not Christian at all, are we?
We are in our hearts.
Yeah. There you go. That's
Well, the sun's just behind it, isn't it?
absolutely. I can't tell you how much that dominates the square. I mean, this is the square. And there's another pope. I think in all 7 popes have been to visit this place. So that's how
massive it is on the religious calendar, isn't it?
not
Or the
religious, the
Roman
Catholic really.
Yeah. There you go.
This is Pope John Paul II, probably the most famous pope. He came 3 times to Fatima. The first time he came was after his assassination attempt on Our Lady of Fatima Day, and he declared that it was Fatima that in fact saved his life, and the bullet that came out of his stomach went on to live again in the crowd of Our Lady, which I'll show you later on. How mad is that? Pope John Paul II. As you walk around the site, you'll see lots of little bits of memorabilia given to the people of Portugal. This, for example, is a piece of the Berlin Wall. All around the site are shops. I mean, this is the modern world, and around every major institution or spectacle you'll find shops, but these shops are quite amazing. I mean, the memorabilia along here is incredible, along with mugs and fridge magnets and handbags, look, made out of cork. Cork is a massive thing in Portugal. There's Foxy. You can also buy lots of candles and body parts made of wax, which is very interesting. So, for example, say you've got a bad leg or a bad bladder or your head's hurting. You come to Fatima and you buy yourself a wax model of a leg. And I'll show you what to do with your leg a little bit later on. But I mean, just look at the scale of tourism there is here in Fatima. Virgin Mary's, everything, pins, things to put on your mantelpiece, absolutely everything you can think of to do with religion. And it's shop after shop after shop of people trying to get you in there to buy something, anything. The industry around Fatima is absolutely quite incredible, and I would imagine is a major contribution or contributor to the local economy. Apparently there's 4 million people come here every year. I mean, that is a major economy. This, look, I mean, there is absolutely everything. Virgin Mary's, everything.
Looking simple.
There are supermarkets full of religious memorabilia. And this, here you go, are the waxworks, and I'll show you them later. This is the original chapel, Joanne. I think this little chapel here, which is this is the place where the children saw the
apparition.
The apparitions, and the apparitions were an angel that came to them, a male angel apparently, and then Mary, mother of Jesus.
Jesus,
I think. Yeah. Who foretold 3 secrets that they had to keep, but they actually told the vicar, the local vicar, in the end. Oh yeah, look, there you go. So he's about to get on his knees, or he's not.
No, he isn't.
So this,
Dizemos que todos os sacerdotes e missionários que são chamados a consolar os cristãos que sofrem a perseguição e o martírio.
Oh, here you are, look to your left.
Para que,
That's where the burning is.
imitando Jesus
Yeah.
na
I'll
humildade,
tell that tale in a minute.
Yeah.
conduzam os fiéis à alegria da ressurreição.
Pai nosso que estais no céu, santificado seja o vosso nome. Venha a nós o vosso reino, seja feita a vossa vontade, assim na terra como no céu.
There is a little hut.
Ave Maria, cheia de graça, o Senhor é convosco. Bendita sois vós entre as mulheres, bendito é o fruto do vosso ventre. Ave Maria, cheia de graça, o Senhor é convosco. Bendita sois vós entre as mulheres, bendito é o fruto do vosso ventre, Jesus.
So, you remember the wax body parts. I told you about you can buy a bladder, you can buy a head, you can buy the children as an offering. Generally, people buy candles. But what you do is you take these and you take them here. This is, it's somewhere to burn them, to offer and offer prayer. And as you burn your bladder or your foot, it's supposed to get rid of the pain that you're in. So if you've got, I don't know, cancer of the hand, you put the wax hand into this fire, and the gods, or God, gets you through the night. I mean, these people are just lighting candle after candle after candle. I mean, just look at the bottom of this and you will just see wax, molten wax. It's an amazing place, absolutely amazing, and great to see people with such belief. Yeah, another candle lit. Incredible. It's absolutely, well, very hot place to stand. There you go.
Venha a nós o vosso reino, seja feita a vossa vontade, aqui na terra como no céu.
So behind me is this is the original chapel where the children saw Mary and the angel. And as you can see today, religious services taking place.
Ave Maria, cheia de graça, o Senhor é convosco. Bendita sois vós entre as mulheres, bendito é o fruto do vosso ventre, Jesus.
Like I said before, I'm not a religious person, but there's something very spiritual about the place, you know. A lot of nuns walking around and priests. And last time we came, we saw people walking up to the chapel on their knees. The apparition also foresaw that 2 of the 3 children would die young, and in fact 2 of them, brother and sister, died during the Spanish flu, very young. I think they were aged about 9, and the 3rd one, Lucia, who's the most famous, she died aged 97 in 2005. But it's just the sheer scale of this place. I mean, I would imagine if a pope turned up, I mean, God knows what would happen. It must be absolutely packed. And as you can see, all religions come to pay their respects. It's just incredible. It's an incredible space and well worth a visit. If you're going to Lisbon, it's about an hour and a half from Lisbon, and well worth, like I say, a visit. And this is the resting place for the 3 children. Well, two children, the two that died young, and of course Lucia, who died aged 97. I'll just walk you around it. Beautiful place, very peaceful. The two younger children were canonised very recently, and the process of canonising the third one, Lucia, has already started. It's such a beautiful place, and visitors from all over the world. There you go. Two little bodies died of flu. Like me, everyone's taking photographs. It must be one of the most photographed churches in the world. And rightly so, really. You know, if you're a Catholic, you'll be very proud of this place. But I'll leave you with your thoughts. I mean, not only is Fatima going on above ground, it's going on underground also. This down here is all sorts of places, different rooms to have meetings, confessional. Joanne walked into a confessional and got told off by a nun. But I mean, as you can see, more chapels. This is underneath the main plaza, as it were, that we showed you at the very beginning. It's just, I mean, look, there was a car there, for goodness sake. That's how big the place is. And it's just full of just people and different. I mean, I'm not Catholic, so I don't understand a lot of it, and don't speak Portuguese, so I don't really understand. But I can kind of get how big it is to the Catholic community. It's just incredible. It really is an incredible place to go and look at, a spectacle. And if you believe, don't you? I mean, if you believe that Jesus came back to life, then, you know, good luck to you, because you've got a solace for the rest of your life and a comfort. And, you know, I mean, I've spent 2 weeks living in Fatima, and I can't believe the amount of people that come through, just looking, waiting, praying. And, you know, in a busy life, that's not a bad thing. And before we go, I was at my friend's apartment, and this is 50 or so people, pilgrimage on a Sunday morning, walking to Fatima. Fatima's about 5 miles away from where I'm stood now. And there they are. And every day there are people walking to Fatima to go and see Our Lady. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Maybe it won't be about the church next time. Maybe it'll be about racing cars. Who knows? Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.